Yo, what's going on, people? It's hot. It's almost 90 degrees outside. Dang. I'll melt out there, man. I hear the kids out there playing around. What's going on with y'all, man? How is y'all day going, man? We done made it through the week. We done made it to Friday. You know, um, it's a crazy week. We at a milestone right now. Whether y'all know it or not, right? My guy told me this concept, and it always stuck with me. And he told me summer got two halves. And he said the first half of summer is the good half, all the festivals, all that stuff like that. These spiders been going crazy building this little spider webs all over my shit. I'm gonna take every last one of them out. Um, but you have all the festivals and stuff at the beginning of the summer, everything good, and then you have the second half of summer, and that's the flip side. And so starting tomorrow, July 15th will be that second half of summer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm anxious to see if everything start doing like it usually do, because people never notice it. But in that second half of summer, everything start going crazy, you know? So starting tomorrow, we gonna be there. And I know we might think it's a coincidence, but a lot of this stuff they got studies about. I'm doing one of my clips about something they did called Universe 25, or the mouse utopia experiment, where they made this little colony where the mice had enough food and water and everything like that, like a little paradise for them, everything they needed, to see how they would react to overpopulation and different stuff like that. And the results is crazy. What's going on? Ricky Williams in the building, the winning team, baby. What's going on, Rick? That's my brother right there. You gonna like this one, Rick. I know you definitely gonna cook on this. We doing these. Oh, you did a vid on the Universe 25. That's what's up. So you already know what's going on. Then see, great minds think alike. Telling y'all it's tripped out, man. It's um when I really seen it, it made me think like, a lot of things are social engineered that we think are just normal stuff going on, everything happening. Oh, that's just how it is, or oh, people did that. Nah, they got think tanks, they got predictive, like things that predict human behavior. They got all type of stuff, you know what I mean? Algorithms and shit that don't just work for YouTube videos. Like they got algorithms that work for predicting human behavior. So when y'all look at this experiment, tell me, do it sound similar to y'all? Yep, like Rick say, my daddy used to say that ain't nothing new under the sun. And tell me, do this experiment to me sound like I come from Milwaukee and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my, listeners, East Coast, West Coast, down south. You know what I'm saying? We in the Midwest. I'm in Milwaukee now. Milwaukee in particular is the rat utopia. You know what I'm saying? It is the rat utopia, and I'm gonna explain why. You see how the experiment centered on giving the mice enough food and shelter and everything they needed, to see what type of social hierarchies they form and everything that it led to. Here in Milwaukee, they did a social experiment back in the 80s. They told people to come from all over. They put the word out, like they put the call out. They told people to come from all over to Milwaukee for our welfare system. And we had people come from Indiana. We had people coming from Chicago in droves. We had people coming from, all over the Midwest for our welfare system, where it wasn't no limit to it. And as many kids as you had, is as many checks as you got. So people was coming here. We had people that had welfare or was getting some type of Section 8 or something back in their own city, and they was coming to scam Milwaukee. But it created a whole situation by them doing that though. Well, we gonna talk about it when we get into the clip. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Rick, don't go, don't give him too much, Rick. You know what I'm saying? Because I want him to see it. I want him to see how real this shit get out here. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, we got this whole phenomenon, well, not really a phenomenon no more. And shout out to my cousin, shout out to Millset Rose if he check in today, but he over there right now. He over there in the Dominican Republic, so he would be what they consider a passport, bro. He hit me up from over there, like this for real. Like he hit me up from over there maybe about a week ago, maybe about 5 days ago. Showed me the chick he was hanging with. Showed me the weather over there. Man, they love black men over there. I'm talking about he over there living it up. You know what I'm saying? Look like he having the time of his life. He like, cuz it's smooth out here. You gotta check it out. And a lot of the women, they say the passport bros are them the losers. They can't get no girl. They can't do this. They can't do that. But I don't know if y'all know who Kendra D is from the Crimson Cure, but she broke it down and I was like, ugh. She broke it down so nasty. I was like, damn, I gotta show y'all this, man. It's some real enlightening about the whole situation and how women really feel about it, and this is coming from a woman. So we gotta look into that. And speaking of that, remember the therapist, she was a woman, right? And she was like, oh, I'm not doing no more black men. I'm not, they this, they that, you know what I'm saying? And she ended up losing her job. They called her like the TikTok therapist or whatever. She back. I guess you could say she back, but she ain't really back like that. She back struggling. You know what I'm saying? She back struggling like before she was working because, she basically got exposed for being like a kind of a fraud, kind of a grifter and having like these gender issues or whatever. But now she talking about her life ruined and we ruined her life and our apologies ain't no good, saying something to her cash apps whole time. I'm like, so I don't know what's going on, but we definitely got to examine her because, man, karma is a motherfucker and she definitely caught hers. Let's get these analytics together, y'all. Dive right in. This Friday, Mac World live at 5, baby. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all see the headphones. Time for the freestyle Friday. Hey, and I might hit the highway. Might go to Shy and see what's going on, like the series. I mean, I got theories. I put them out on Mac World Live at 5. Let you know that this ain't no jive. Let you know that we not like too short. Let you know that we do this for sport. Try to make you get a little flexy. And you know that one girl is sexy on my thumbnail. Then I put 2 topics to let you know that it's deep. I gotta drop it and let you know that we going here and there. everywhere. I just crochet my hair, and I would spit like Ric Flair. But you know, I ain't cocaine bear, I'm weed bear. Weed bear. That's funny as hell. They need to come out with all type of bears on what? Weed bear, cocaine bear. All that. We need one for everybody, cause I don't do coke, you know what I'm saying? But I smoke the good stuff. Oops. Mac World Live at 5. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Mac. Always checking in with y'all with the latest. Might not be the greatest, but it's the shit you need to know. So let's go. First and foremost, man, I was looking at the theme. Me and Rick, we was kind of talking about it a little bit at the beginning if you caught the prologue. But it's something they did called the Mouse Utopia or Universe 25. Either or. Interesting experiment, right? And I think this experiment explained a lot about the ghettos and how they created them. You know what I'm saying? Why they created them, how they created them, a result of what we look around and we see what's going on around us. And it's like, damn. And that's why when you hear me say that shit, when I be like, oh, Plantation Nation, Plantation Protocol, when I talk about the ghettos being like plantation, shout out to Ball and G, it's real. And they designed it like that for real. You know, a lot of this stuff that's going on right now that we see, they could predict it before it even happened.
Cannibalism, asexuality, and violence.
Check this
a
out.
society that had collapsed. What's going on here? In 1972, John B. Calhoun detailed the specifications of a utopia designed for mice, built in the laboratory. Every aspect of Universe 25, as this particular model was called, was designed to cater for the well-being of its rodent residents, increase their lifespan, and allow them to mate. There was abundant food, water, and nesting material. The universe was cleaned regularly. There were no predators. The temperature stable. Paradise. Or maybe not.
Welfare.
4 pairs of disease-free mice selected from the National Institute of Health's elite breeding colony moved in on day 1.
Okay.
It took months for the rodents to familiarize themselves with their new world. Then they started to reproduce, and the population increased exponentially, doubling every 55 days. Those were the good times in paradise.
Cause see, when you ain't gotta worry about resources, you know what that is. Them kids, them exponential reproducing the kids. That's, you don't want no more kids. You don't want no more kids. That's these girls that's willing to have all these kids, whether they married against all odds in any situation. They think having kids is just a thing to do. Let's go.
Past day 315, more than 600 mice now lived in Universe 25, rubbing shoulders on their way up and down the stairwells to eat, drink, and sleep. Population growth slowed. Young ones found themselves born into a world with far more mice than meaningful social roles. Males faced a lot of competitors to defend their territory against. Many.
You hear what they said? They said they got far more mice than they got to fulfill meaningful social roles. That's how it is when you go to ghettos. You see low job rates, you see low education rates, low employment, low education rates, and all that. So you got people not really filling roles, but they just there though. You know what I'm saying? They gotta eat, they gotta drink. You know what I'm saying? They see each other, they frustrated with each other. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Males faced a lot of competitors to defend their territory against.
Yep.
Many found that so stressful they gave up.
Yep.
Normal discourse within the community broke down, and with it the ability of mice to form social bonds. Lone females retreated to isolated nesting boxes on penthouse levels. Other males, a group Calhoun termed the beautiful ones, never sought sex and never fought. They just ate, slept, and groomed, wrapped in narcissistic introspection.
And now we see that today. We see these dudes, they act like they don't even like girls. You know what I'm saying? Act like they ain't got no interest in girls, like fresh and fit. You know what I'm saying? They bring a bunch of girls on there just to argue with them. You know what I'm saying? Different shit like that. These weird type of incel groups forming in MGTOW and different stuff like that. And some of it is rooted in, actual progressive thinking of, men needing to have more standards and do shit a little bit different. But a lot of it is like they not even interested in no girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they starting to develop this attitude like just being a female in general is just something wrong with you or something like that. And it's all about design.
Elsewhere, cannibalism, asexuality, and violence became endemic. Mouse society had collapsed.
Asexuality, that's a thing, a big thing now.
The population peaked at 2,200 mice. A few mice survived past weaning until day 600, after which there were few pregnancies and no surviving young. As the population had stopped regenerating
and you
itself,
notice I don't know if y'all noticed, but they subtly turned the mice brown. I don't know, did y'all notice that? They started out gray when they were showing them, but now they brown mice. Let's go.
its path to extinction was clear. The mice had lost the capacity to rebuild their numbers. Many that could still conceive, such as the beautiful ones and their secluded singleton female counterparts, had lost the social ability to do so. On day 920 was the last conception. The last mouse died on May 23, 1973, 4 years and 10 months after colonization. Calhoun later said that the creatures had died 2 deaths. The first was that of their spirit and their society. The second death was that of their physical body. It was not the first time the...
How many people out here who just don't have no feeling of like connection to nothing, feel like they don't contribute nothing to society, they don't got nothing to offer, nobody need them, nobody want them, nobody can use them for nothing? Like, how many people is it like that out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people like that, and that's why they ask you stuff, if y'all notice, like, how far did your parents go in school and different stuff like that, because you not really gonna be expected to go no further by the people who responsible for you than they went. So a lot of this stuff is generational, you know what I mean? And they just get passed down, and man, I ain't do nothing, I just did this, just get a job and do this, don't try to do this, don't try to be that. And then we pass it down, and that's what happened, just like this.
Pathologist had built a world for rodents. Calhoun had been creating utopian environments for rats and mice since the 1940s, with consistent results. Overpopulation leads to explosive violence and hypersexual activity, followed by asexuality, self-destruction, and extinction. In his
Where we at on that timeline right now?
The 1940s. Calhoun had been creating utopian environments for rats and mice since the 1940s, with consistent results. Overpopulation leads to explosive violence and hypersexual.
But once it reaches a tipping point, it's too many people. And then it start to get violent. People start to get violent against each other, all packed in. Think about the projects in Chicago, one building with like thousands and thousands of people living in it, right? So look, it say it lead to violence, and then what?
Sexual activity.
Hypersexual activity
leads to explosive violence and hypersexual activity.
Then what?
Followed by asexuality.
That's where we at now. A lot of people are, I'm gender, I'm they, he, they, I don't like this, I'm asexual, I don't even, if y'all ain't heard the term asexual, look it up and look how many people identify like that now.
Self-destruction and extinction.
And the self-destruction and extinction, that's where we at with the sliding on each other and the ops and all that, and just making these conflicts so we making songs about killing each other, we making music about, you know what I'm saying, hating each other, and I'm gonna do this and get more than this person and do that, and then I'm gonna treat this person this way, like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's where we at right now on that timeline. We at the self-destruction. We at the self-destruction part right at the end.
In his widely cited paper, Population Density and Social Pathology, Calhoun concluded, no matter how sophisticated we are, once the number of individuals capable of filling social roles greatly exceeds the number of such roles, only violence and disruption can follow.
Listen, I'm gonna rewind that so y'all can hear that again.
Calhoun concluded, no matter how sophisticated we are, once the number of individuals capable of filling social roles greatly exceeds the number of such roles, only violence and disruption can follow. He then referred to a phenomenon he called behavioral sink. Behavioral sink is our desire to be in the presence of others, to be conditioned to seek to be near others, and to be drawn to the crowd, in spite of the conflicts that this can generate. Drawing from Calhoun's popular research, social scientists started to call for restrictions on reproduction as the only possible response to the world's rising population. Calhoun himself was more optimistic about our future. He argued, as our physical space declines, we are forced to extend a conceptual space, our network of ideas and technologies. Later in his career, he turned to possible solutions and began to build creative universes that minimize the ill effects of overcrowding. What are your thoughts? Is overcrowding a danger for mankind, or does it only affect rodents? And if so, what can save the human psyche?
Is overcrowding a danger for mankind? Have y'all ever rode through Mequon, like a neighborhood in Mequon, where you go in a subdivision and it's only like 5 houses in that whole subdivision, all sitting on like an acre of land a piece or something like that? If overcrowding wasn't a problem and shit like that, they wouldn't have that shit. They wouldn't have space like that. Now, have y'all ever been to the hood? Have you ever been to a scatter site project, a big housing project like Queensbridge, or, you know what I'm saying, Flatbush in Brooklyn or something like that? Like just big, huge projects, people piled on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? Then look what happened, and look how it happened. You got drugs, you got teenage pregnancy, you got all these different problems just as a result of people just living on top of each other. Fresh in the building. What's going on with you, Fresh? Two gang on deck. Watch what you say, Mike. Get moderated. Fresh say people will call you a conspiracy theorist for telling them all this type of stuff. Yeah, they'll call you a conspiracy theorist, Fresh, for telling them this type of stuff. And then what's so crazy is this experiment is back from the 70s, bro. This is almost 50 years later. You know what I mean? So how much of this stuff you think been implemented already? You know what I mean? Like, this ain't even nothing new to it's new to the people that don't, you know what I'm saying, keep up with shit. Or it probably ain't even new to them because they still ain't keeping up with it, so it ain't nothing to them. But this type of stuff right here lets you know, man, a lot of what we do, a lot of the behavior that people have in mass, like mass group behavior, group thinks, and behavioral sync, like they called it, they know about this stuff, bro. They know about it better than we do because they got the resources to research it and do experiments and shit to see it from an overview. We live in it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, we live it. So we can like kind of know about it, or we could confirm or deny it once we see something like this. But we'll be a part of an experiment. Like, I bet you we a part of some shit right now. I bet you we a part of some shit right now, and we don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? There's probably something going on that they doing right now that we not gonna know that they was running this kind of social experiment on the people. Probably something like a hard division, like, oh, we gonna make a hard right and like a hard left, and like, see, you know what I mean? Like, I bet you we going through something right now we getting experimented on, then it's gonna come out like bombshell report on the experiments of the 2020s, the social division experiments of 2020. Like, it's gonna be some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know it though, you know? So when I looked at that, man, when I looked at this mouse utopia experiment, it was an eye opener. You know what I mean? And it's let you know too, it's all mental. On the surface, the mice had everything they needed, right? Food, shelter, all that. Some people, I seen this status this girl put up, and she said, man, she wished she could qualify to get a food card. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she's sick of working and buying her food. She said, man, I wish I could qualify to get a food card. I was like, damn, like, not, you don't wish that you made so much money that you wouldn't need a food card? I was confused, but then I had to think like, nah, she thinking about fitting in. She group thinking. Like she see people with a card, she want a card. She don't think that's welfare. She think like, man, I want do what they do. Like, you know what I mean? So it just goes to show me, I was like, damn, we out here. It's like they know we inclined to think these certain ways. Not all of us though. Not all of us. Me and my niggas. That's why we here right now, because we see we think different about this type of shit. That's why we here. Rick said everybody is developing AI as a consciousness. We contributing to it right now. Oh, that's a scary, that's a chilling fact right now. You know what I'm saying? That we are right now. It's reading everything that we doing and developing this consciousness based on us. The Matrix was fucking real. The Matrix is real, man. That shit wasn't, it was a cool story and all that, but nah, that shit real. And on the flip side, like kind of with this, let's call it the cultural matrix that we kind of stuck in right now, where they control a lot of they socialize us. They took our history, they took our names, took all that, and they re-socialize us through television and through entertainment. And they keep rebuilding black people. When they see black people going this way, they start making some new black people to do the opposite. They see them going that way, they say, oh, we got to promote black people doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now the latest escape from the plantation, you know what I'm saying, as I call it, is to get your passport and go overseas and find you somebody from a different culture. You know what I'm saying? To get away from the cultural trap. And you know, they call these dudes the passport bros or whatever, and there's been a lot of controversy around them, especially with, you know, they try to make it seem like it's a black man thing, but it been around way before black men. It's the fact that what we do as a people, since they chose us to be the permanent underclass, we are the litmus test of everything that is officially doable. You know what I'm saying? So white man or whoever going overseas, oh, cool. Oh, what's going over here? But once black men start doing it, it's like, men are going overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like passport bros. You know what I'm saying? They on high alert for the shit we may or may not do. And on that note, I want y'all to check out this clip right here, because this woman kept it real about why they mad at the passport bros. Let's go.
Y'all are mad, and Zaddy is picking up on it and like kind of laughing. Ha 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 ha. Y'all men leaving y'all. They're gonna start broadcasting it everywhere. More than the men themselves can broadcast it over social media. They're gonna keep running little articles like that, make y'all look even more stupid than what y'all look. Y'all are on social media bitter and mad. And the more you try to come off unbothered, the more bitter you come off.
You talking about them women that's always complaining about, like, dudes, especially black dudes, getting their passports and going overseas to find women from different cultures. You know, they ain't turning back. It's like, and then the women like, oh, y'all this, y'all that. They like, okay. Like, they don't want to hear that shit. Like, the barking is in the rear view at this point. So she talking about those women that's trying to talk about men leaving, looking for something more cultured. Let's go.
The more bothered you appear. Because we all know you bothered. Because where's your whipping boy gonna be if he goes? If your whipping boy get up and leave,
good point about the
who
internet.
you gonna
Fresh.
transfer all your accountability to?
Hey, do y'all hear her cooking? She said the women don't want their whipping boy to go. Cause if the whipping boy go, who you gonna transfer your accountability to? She cooked right there.
So you don't get up and whipping boy here. Come off unbothered, the more bitter you come off. The more bothered you appear. Because we all know you bothered.
Why?
Because where's your whipping boy gonna be if he goes? If your whipping boy get up and leave, who you gonna transfer all your accountability to? So you don't gotta take none.
That's why they like that's why girls, I did a status on that today. I said I used to think that girls was attracted to gangsters and scammers because of like the tough guy image, or like, you know what I'm saying, the money and shit. But I determined that it's a little bit different, because a man with a job could be a tough guy or have money to spend. But I determined it's because, man, really, they want a nigga that they know ain't got no future. A homeboy without a homeboy who ain't got no future and shit is easier to control, and he ain't got no financial literacy. So it's like, buy me this. Like, you could bark in his face. You know, he ain't got a plan in life. You know what I'm saying? You know, he getting money. He ain't the way he getting his money ain't nothing he could do forever. So your thing is to prey on him and prey on those types so you can hurry up and get what you can out of them and squeeze them and then leapfrog to the next dude. You know what I'm saying? Cause a man is gonna be financially literate. He gonna be seeking stability, all that. So when they talk about all these dudes out here is the losers, that's the passport bros. How the fuck am I so much of a loser that I got money to go overseas and I got sense enough to know how to get my passport and all that? Really, what they want and what they complain about, and we all know this as men, what they complain about is what they want. The type of guys they complain about is what they want. They got little bitty sons. They be dressing up looking like fake ass club promoters with braids at the top and little bracelets and shit. Be like 3 and 4 years old. Cause what they complain about is what they want. They talk about all these dudes is dusty and all this and that. Like, honestly, what would a lot of these women that don't know how to act, they don't know how to act, they don't got no manners, they don't even know how to really take care of themselves, you know what I'm saying? And they always begging, they always hungry and lazy and begging. What would you do with a man that had a job and that had stuff and that had basically basic respect for himself? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So you got to make it seem like all men is these hood rat type dudes so you can go after those types because that's your level. That's your level, baby. You know what I'm saying? He said, Fresh said she's steaming. Rick said they don't want to lose friends, owners, and orbiters. Ooh, that's a good one. They want to have those options later when they done hoeing. You know what I'm saying? Hoeing with a 3 like Mo 3. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Texas. They down there hoeing with a 3. Said a good man will require them to be a good woman. Simply put, people aren't what they say they are. Yup. Oh, I want this and that. Man gotta have this. He gotta have that. What you got? I am the table. Like, yeah, you shaped like a table. You know what I'm saying? End table hoe. Let's go.
That's why y'all don't want black men to go. It has nothing to do with attraction. Has nothing to do with wanting them. Has nothing to do with building families or building any of that. You just need somebody that white supremacy give under you that can be your whipping boy,
Mm,
you know, and your emotional punching bag and your accountability punching bag.
mm,
So you can trade off responsibility and accountability for the things that you do onto them and say that the reason why you're not up to par is because they're not up to par. We
mm.
all know the game. That's why y'all really mad at Passport Bros. One of these days I'm gonna delve into why y'all all the reasons why y'all are really mad at Passport Bros. Like, knock it off.
Damn. Cooking right there. That one hit me right there because I was like, yeah, man, it don't seem like a bunch of scrubs and shit gonna be like, man, dog, let's jump up and get our passports, dog, on the G, folks. Like, nah, niggas getting their passports. They got money, resources. They not intimidated by women of other cultures. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like they gotta just stick to the plantation. You know what I'm saying? The plantation princesses are. And I thought about something too because this chick had this thing where she was like, you could tell she a hairstylist, and she was like, you could tell a lot by a woman about how she take care of her natural hair. And I be thinking about that shit. Like, man, we like shit like that. They don't even give a fuck no more though. What we like, they don't care. But we like shit like natural hair, natural skin. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They so far away, removed from anything that actually attract us to them and shit. It's like when you go overseas or you go looking for something else, a girl with some real hair who just comfortable looking how she look and just, you know what I'm saying, straight with who she is and shit like that, trying to be supportive and wanna be feminine, wanna be a woman and stuff. They say, you can handle me. You can handle me. Like, yeah, I couldn't. That shit was obnoxious. Like, I don't gotta deal with it. It's some niggas you could prey on out here, some homies out here that don't know no better. That, you know what I'm saying? Damn, girl, you got a girl, you tripping. Damn, girl, you got an attitude today, girl. Like, it's some niggas out here like that for you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never been nowhere, ain't never seen nothing. niggas that been in high school till they was 20, you know what I'm saying? Mama went from the mama's house to baby mama pipeline and shit. Baby mama basically picking up where they mama left off, taking care of them. It's some niggas like that for y'all out here. And y'all know y'all like them type of niggas, so stop playing. Like you really want somebody who got something and got some self-respect, so you have to respect them. When you used to disrespecting every man you ever been with, you ain't trying to respect no nigga. And then if it's a man who got some financial literacy, even if you got money, and this how I'm gonna prove to y'all it ain't about the money, right? Because it's about getting a dude who for the fall that you could ride his destruction and leapfrog to the next dude. You could ride his downward spiral and get the benefits of his trauma and shit, and then leapfrog right before he fall all the way off. This how you know it's about that, cause these same girls that act like, oh, dude gotta have this money, you gotta spend this, you gotta have that. They'll get with a dude like a white dude, an Arab dude, something like that, and that they know got money, and they won't require him to spend shit. They'll know he got money, and they gonna sit there and they gonna shut up until they feel like he ready to spend some money on them. You know what I'm saying? So they know what it's like to be around some money and be able to tell somebody got some money, but not try to make a foolish demand that like spend your money on me now. But they come at certain dudes like that they know don't know no better. Traumatized, mama's boys, raised by their mama, got that I want to give my mama everything complex, like you know, watch their mama struggle without no man and ain't never got, don't know nothing about their daddy. So it's like, man, must give woman like everything. You know what I mean? They like them type of niggas. Don't never let them fool y'all into thinking that they like NWO. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what NWO is niggas with options. That's their worst nightmare. That's the city girl's worst nightmare. Niggas with options, cause a nigga with options just gonna not choose their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'ma pass. What? Like, I don't like all that. I don't like your attitude. I think I'm gonna go this way. You know what I'm saying? uh it's crazy, man. We done all been there before, man. Niggas in all of us in NWO, we done all been there before. You know what I'm saying? And she went off, bro. They said what that shit about needing somebody to blame your BS on. Yeah, she went off with that shit. Rick say that's why I can't deal with a woman who would cut her hair off. She doesn't like herself. Man, listen, if you just cut your hair off and you just wearing wigs, you don't want to take care of your hair, you don't want to cultivate, you don't want to grow your the natural things about you that's beautiful. You rather get rid of it and fill it in with what society want from you. Fuck it, I'ma shave my head, bald head like this nigga right here, and then just start throwing wigs on. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's red flags for us men, bro. But they don't think we think like that. And if you have any type of thoughts or any standard or something, oh, they gonna attack it. And the reason they attacking it is because they want you to just be, damn girl, damn that ass fat girl. Oh, man, shit, you crazy. Man, she toxic, dog. Oh, man, she toxic. Oh. They want you to be one of them niggas. That's what they like. They not looking for no man. They ain't had no daddy around. You know what I'm saying? And they think like this: if my dad wasn't around and my dad didn't love me, I'm testing every man, because how could another man love me and the man that created me didn't even love me? So I'm finna test every man in some form of fashion I come across with. That's why I say city girls ain't nothing but find your dad. That's all that's all they need to do is find their dads, and all that city girl shit'll go out the window. You know what I'm saying? They would have way more respect for men. They would see, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's whatever. But on that note right there, respecting men and learning your lesson from not doing it. We got the TikTok therapist. She back. Y'all gonna remember her when y'all see her face. My guy Fresh call hoes that look like this with these kind of faces. He say they look like Clifford and shit. He be talking about he talking about like some hoes that look like this, like where they face would be all big, like, you know what I'm saying? And they eyes and shit all like crazy. He talking about these. He used to call these hoes Clifford. Y'all remember Clifford, the big red dog? But we got one of them today, man, and she on here struggling. But let's see what she talking about, though. Because if y'all, for those of y'all that remember her face, y'all remember her talking real foolhardy. And I think, as a matter of fact, MTR gonna go back over some of them old videos. So let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm in such financial ruin that it causes significant
Rick call her orangutan titties. That's funny as fuck.
mental health distress. I don't sleep. I can't even afford to feed myself, so I can't even properly take care of myself, which hurts because I don't even have the
She
time.
can't take care of herself?
I'm in such financial ruin that it causes significant mental health distress. I don't sleep. I can't even afford to feed myself, so I can't even properly take care of myself, which hurts because I don't even have the proper resources to help people.
Get a
You're like
job.
literally cut off my resources and fucking buried me, bro. Like, so honestly, y'all apologies don't mean shit to me because my heart is broken. I'm mentally devastated. I dead ass cannot function the way that I used to function. So the only way that your apology will mean something of substance to me is if you take accountability for destroying my f***ing life, despite me not saying anything bad to y'all at all. Taking corrective action by getting yourself help and addressing why you're so f***ing angry.
It's everyone else's
and throwing
fault.
something in my f***ing cash app, because like I said, I can't even feed myself anymore.
Ain't nobody
That's an
cash
apology.
apping you.
So on top of all of the unhinged, she actually began to beg for money, but she did it in the most abhorrent way possible, blaming others for her own mistakes. Do y'all remember the TikTok therapist from about a year or so ago? Well, she has just recently announced that she is leaving social media. Okay? Now this is after she was fired from her place of employment after uploading obnoxious video after rude video speaking down towards men and got axed for it. Well, to my chagrin, as well as our entertainment, she has left up her entire catalog of videos demonstrating this prolific downward spiral and the crazy. So we're gonna go over it here today. Now listen, here's the reason why I want to do this is that not only does she demonstrate all of the characteristics of modern women today, as I tell you guys, key indicators and red flags. Not only is she rude, obnoxious, cringe, she probably smells bad, but also unaccountable as all hell, blaming everyone except for herself for the position that she's in. She twerks on a dime like a goddamn city girl, even while giving her therapist talks. But also, it demonstrates to modern men today of the type of women that you should never, ever choose. And also, it demonstrates the difference between smart and intelligent versus educated at a higher level.
Right.
So without
That's a good one
further
right there.
ado, so we begin our journey at the first video that I was ever sent of this lovely young lady. Within that message, and I still remember it today, it said, "Here's a therapist that also tells women to be a slut." Oxymoron, you say? I would agree with you, but let's watch.
Okay, since some of y'all need the confirmation from mental health professionals, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. If you want to be a slut, be a slut. If you want to go thought it out in the streets, buy a bitch, be in the streets, but definitely be safe about it and try to find people that are reasonably safe. But other than that, YOLO, shake that shit open, because you know why? Because you know why? You're going to die. And you want to be in your deathbed, like, damn, I should have strapped on this mouth. Like, come on, you want to be there?
You're not
No.
gonna think that when
No.
you're dead.
You want to tell your grandkids, yes, I was dying. I was popping.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But why
I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to stop it right here because I don't want to show her.
Why do you want to tell your grandkids you was starting and popping? Like, what is... First of all, you can tell she ain't got no kids. You can tell two things. She ain't had no daddy, and she ain't got no kids herself. You know what I'm saying? She just a grown fool out here acting stupid.
Twerking like she shows on her public facing TikTok.
She
But
an
I
idiot.
would always think, like,
Right,
yo,
right.
imagine a mother talking to a young daughter this way, because you would think if she's giving this advice to her female clients, if she was to have a daughter, she'd be doing the same thing as well. Which is just so crazy to me. See, most therapists would tell you that, listen,
Do women ruin young girls? That's a discussion for 2026 because y'all ain't ready to have that one yet.
Listen, your unbridled need for cock probably represents a lack or a dearth of something within your life. And obviously she received backlash regarding this TikTok, but instead of doing research and recounting her statements, she doubled down. So, I'm looking for a new therapist and I think I found her, yay! Yeah, of course, modern women searching for other modern women to make themselves unaccountable for the abominations. Let's watch.
A therapist that tell you to be a hoe. Oh man, I'm surprised she ain't rich already. You know what I'm saying? Because all these girls need therapy, but they also want to be right. So I'm a hoe. Get some therapy. I did get therapy. She told me to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's paradise for these hoes out here.
Make themselves unaccountable for the abominations. Let's watch.
I am completely and utterly baffled at the fact that me being a mental health professional and telling y'all to be is like just so like groundbreaking. No one has ever affirmed that you can go bust that shit wide open and still be an okay person. Nobody affirmed for you that you can be the biggest that you want and still be okay. No one ever affirmed for you that you can bust it wide. Bust it wide. Bust it wide. For a little bit of strange change if you wanted to, because that's your prerogative. No one ever affirmed for you that.
No one ever affirmed to you that you can prostitute because it's your prerogative, dude. Busting it wide for some strange change is prostitution. Oh yeah, she is low-key thirsty too, bro. Not even low-key. It ain't even low-key. Bitch, high-key thirsty. Let's go.
You don't.
And she broke now. Let's go.
Did she say for a little bit of strange change? Like,
Yeah,
nah,
she
baby
did.
girl, it's not just that you telling young women to be slots, but you also making it okay for them to slot for some money? Oh, what type of therapy is this? This is A1. Oh my God, you should write your own book. You are so good.
Oh my lord.
Nobody ever affirmed for you that you don't have to entertain the dust mites out here in the street. Nobody ever affirmed for you that if you choose.
But that's what you doing, busting it wide open. You not doing that for nobody sophisticated or with no respect. You doing that for who you call the dust mites. Like, that's who these hoes life evolve around. The type of dudes they complain around. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? That's who they life evolve around.
Multiple people. That's your fucking prerogative as long as you're saying about it. Nobody ever affirmed for you that you can do that solo, that good, that. Nobody ever affirmed? Well, I'm affirming.
Yo, her pH is definitely on acid. pH level over 9,000.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
But no, man, this is generally not affirmed because it's generally not good for women. First off, women's undercarriage area is so much more sensitive than guys, getting all types of vaginal stenosis, bacterial, this, that, and the third. If it's exposed to
Hoochie is an ecosystem, man. That motherfucker creates life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't something to play with. You could create a life with that thing. It go through a lot. It got to be well maintained and temperature controlled and properly cleaned and all that. Some of y'all ain't even capable of taking care of your own equipment. You know what I'm saying?
too many different things, including eggplants. Secondly, there's STDs that impact women that don't even impact men. And in fact, some of y'all shit is asymptomatic while it hurts men. There's a bunch of y'all that are walking nuclear reactors and don't even know it. Third, risk of pregnancy. And not even just that, but then the particular consequences that a lot of women have in becoming pregnant far outweigh. Amen. And fourth, and probably most important, it messes up y'all mental health. I have a study here published back in January entitled Risky Sexual Behavior and Self-Rated Mental Health Among Young Adults in Sweden, a cross-sectional study. I'm gonna skip right down into the results in the summary. So the results, generally male participants rated their depression and anxiety levels considerably lower than their female counterparts. Poor mental health, high depression, and high anxiety scores were significantly associated with having multiple S partners among female participants. Y'all can read the rest right here. Conclusion. The associations between poor mental health factors and multiple S partners among females warrant consideration and future public health interventions. Further research to increase the understanding of the causal mechanisms that link mental health factors and risky S behavior, especially multiple S partners among young adult females, is needed to support evidence-based interventions. This just means that they found a link between female anxiety and depression and having so many S partners, but they need further evidence to establish what exactly is contributing to it. But never mind the research, carry on with your feminist, sexually liberated teachings to these young, impressionable women.
Hey, what's up? I got a lot in my mind, a lot more grammar. I got a lot more in my mind, and I'm gonna spit it off. I'm tired of dating, just off the simple fact that men deserve hell in jail. Not all y'all, but just like 99.9.99% of y'all.
Hell in jail.
As someone who gives all in the relationship.
She probably got one of the most annoying attitudes, like her demeanor, like her attitude, just the way she talked. Like she probably one of the most annoying hoes that I have ever seen and listened to and heard the thoughts on her mind. Like, this hoe is obnoxious, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Relationships, I don't want to do that anymore. I would like to be taken care of, but so, you know, we'll see. You know, for one, I would like to be the one that's like nurtured, you know, but not sure when or if that's ever gonna happen. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna mind my business. Yeah. Y'all don't deserve my good, kind-hearted nature. Or this ass. Y'all don't deserve the love that I be giving. Y'all don't deserve the time and the attention. And again, y'all don't deserve this ass. So, be well.
Twerking in front of an audience while exclaiming that you want to be taken care of is about the most ironic thing that I've seen all year. So you see, the fair young lady has transitioned from telling women to be sluts, not understanding how that is not contributing to her ability to be taken care of, to now on the hate man bandwagon. I like to call this feminist peacocking. They're so strong and independent and tell you that they don't need no man, but then they twerk, subtly throwing out peacocking gestures to get the attention of the man. Meanwhile, they're using the twerking to fight against their depression and their abstract view of reality. But at this point, the insurgent was still working for her employer up until this next video.
A couple days ago, Psychology Today released this article about the rise of lonely single men.
Please, with all your spirit gusto, go click back on that video. I've been telling y'all motherfuckers that y'all are going to be single for the rest of your life if you do not increase your emotional communication skills, emotional intelligence, or any of these things. The Psychology Today article that my good sis is referencing is nothing but proof that these podcast, alpha male, bullshit ass, father issue, heaven ass motherfuckers is forcing y'all to a lifetime of singleness.
Now, I have done an entire video debunking that entire Psychology Today article. But a lot of people use that as data, credence, information to talk badly about male-focused content.
Right. He's saying on this bullshit ass app that women have these poor attitudes and all this other bullshit when men truly just need to.
The irony of her talking about that, talking about women having poor attitudes when, and she making these videos basically displaying how. Like, why would any man be interested in her? She don't like dudes. She annoying. She already she talk just to hear herself talk and twerk for no reason with no ass whatsoever. Like, you annoying. Everything about her is annoying. And she got that Jay Leno chin. I don't trust no girl with just no long chin like that, dude.
Extend their emotional vocabulary so they can flourish and have meaningful, healthy relationships. But instead, y'all listen to these Kevin Samuel ass motherfuckers and it's leaving you 50 and alone. Fix it.
I'll leave a link to that video that I created down in the description box down below so you guys can go off later and take a look at it, because I'm sure you guys hear this Psychology Today article referenced a lot. Now, that last video is where she officially went viral, and she wasn't fired at that time, so she had some time to respond to some of her haters, including saying that she'll never get fired.
For the people who are saying in the comments, most men, that my license should be taken away, that's not how that I went through a lot of schooling and a lot of tests and internships and.
Oh yeah, she got like self-esteem because I see she keep trying to get naked, but she got them Foxy Brown titties that look like they've been fighting and they going their separate ways. And then it looked like she got like a food pod, but it looked like loose. Like she one of them people that's like skinny fat, like she's skinny, but it's just still like flabby and shit. That shit is crazy.
Hours to earn said license, and I'm not gonna lose it because your feelings are hurt. In fact, because your feelings are hurt, I'm the perfect person for you to talk to.
Ego.
So a lot of people are like, hey, I never go talk to her because of the person who traumatized me. Things to be addressed in therapy.
Again, legitimate concern. Signing up for a therapist that elicits the same behavior and characteristics of the person that probably put you in therapy. But again, no accountability. She sees her behavior as nothing wrong with it while working for a professional establishment, cussing all over social media. No.
It just go to show you it's symptomatic of like this era that we live in where, you know, they feel like they can do no wrong. And it's like, everything they do is free and liberating and it's all, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's only they can be offended. They can't offend nobody. You know what I'm saying?
After getting fired, she kept all of her videos up, which is ridiculous to me because you would think that she would get over her ego, she would have learned her lesson, but no, she kept them all up in lieu of getting a new job. But, you know, modern women, go figure. But instead of learning from her lesson, she began to upload even more unhinged content.
She was just, all she was doing right now was just begging to be held accountable. She just begging to be held accountable. That's all she was doing.
Yes, I am electing to choose violence all 2023. Now, as the goddess of chaos and destruction, I have one goal.
What up, Lilith?
And that's to take that inner bitch that's within y'all and turn it to bad bitch. Now, I don't have a personal vendetta against men. At least I don't think. But I would just preferably love if you went to talk to a mental health professional about everything that burdens you. So you can come burden me. You feel me? However, y'all want to do a deep dive so y'all can take a deep dive.
She's saying get some therapy and then you could smash her. Like, fuck that. I don't want therapy no more. Just throw me to the wolves emotionally. Fuck it.
And for the record, since you just like to run back and tail, I think every man who goes to therapy should get his
I obviously don't know what to say at this point, so I'm just going to keep on going.
Is it still unclear that I've been trying to get my cheeks clapped this whole time? I've been trying to be
What is she talking about? What?
I just want my shit back from the back.
What?
I want somebody to like really just like dismantle my shit. But I fuck around and start loving myself and I don't accept the bare minimum.
Think about the hypocrisy. Remember, she was telling women to go be sluts, and now she's saying, but now I no longer accept the bare minimum. Right. It's interesting how she conducts herself differently.
She wants y'all to do shit that she can go back and talk about and shit, and you'll need more therapy from her. So goofy as fuck. And it's something wrong with her mentally, for real. Look at her face. You can tell there's something wrong with her mentally. Let me see. Rick said, goofy ass. It be the ugly hoes that's always talking, bro. Talking to hear they
what she instructs other people to do. But there you have it right there. Feminist peacocking, all right? She was doing this all along to get eggplant. Hilarious and sad, but surprising? Nah. You lost your job over this, ma'am. What's what you thinking? Apparently not much because she just kept on going.
No, I got a fact. It's like real fat, like grandiose, like fat. Like when you see me on the street, looking real fine, fat. I have the fattest, warm, loving, inviting,
this shit is
juicy,
disgusting.
plump.
All right. That's enough, y'all. My bad. We done with her. We done with her. All I got to say is you get a repeat AK-47 semi-automatic. Where's your manners? That's gross, disgusting. She ended up getting fired. So just so y'all know, that's the TikTok therapist. And if y'all notice, this was the longest clip I played. This clip right here was about 15 minutes so far, right? We exactly at a couple seconds past the 15-minute mark. Have you, in this 15 minutes that I played the clip, seen any meaningful therapy in any of these clips? This chick come off like a mental patient, dude. This is supposed to be a licensed therapist helping people. The girl y'all just seen, I swear to God, I'm not making that shit up. She's supposed to be a actual licensed therapist, man. The shit is, it's disturbing, man. The blind leading the blind, man. They talked about it in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Tool Gang, man. You know, I definitely appreciate y'all, the intelligent minds. I always like when my brother Ricky Williams check in. He always cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fresh. You know, shout out to EB and shit. EB checked in yesterday. Shout out to the replay gang, man. I know a lot of my people be working now, but they always catch me on the replay and shit and hit me up. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the replay gang. Annette, what's up? I know you at work. When you see this, I told you official leader of the replay gang. So shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? And overall, man, we gotta be accountable for ourselves, man. Everybody gotta be accountable for themselves financially, emotionally, mentally. You know what I mean? We can't be trying to skirt accountability, push it off on other people. People is like, oh, you need to put up with this and you need to do that. You need to do this, do that, put up with this and that. And then motherfuckers say, you know what, I'm going overseas. No, don't do that either. You know what I mean? It's like, what is we supposed to do as men, fellas? You know what I'm saying? What we supposed to do? We just trying to make it, man. And then on top of that, what tripped me out the most is this. Most of our women came from where we came from. They grew up across the street from us, next door to us. And they act like they standards is so different and they not understanding of where we all came from. Like, how you know where we came from? How all of a sudden you need $500 weaves every week and all this shit? We ain't come from none of that. You need to be helping us get away from what you talking about is gonna get us back there where we both need to be trying to make it out of. You know what I'm saying? Millset Rose checking in the bill. Now I was just talking about you cuz over there in the DR and shit. You know what I'm saying? Official passport bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm passport bro by law because I'm first generation over here. I used to live overseas. So it's all good, man. Shout out to my brothers, man. Everybody that check in and shit, man. We gonna make it. We gonna get it all figured out. Like I said, replay gang checking in, cuz. Make sure you catch it. And yeah, it's the weekend. I'm finna get out of here. I got some awesome things lined up for this weekend. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Stephen Fulton fight anyway this weekend, if I ain't mistaken. But yeah, definitely good month of boxing all month. So check that out. Check my boxing videos out. You know what I'm saying? I've been having dropping some heat lately on there. So check it out. And yeah, man, rock with your boy. Hit that like and subscribe if you ain't subscribed already, and hit that bell notification so you could hit that bell icon so you can get notified when I drop new content. Out of here for the weekend, y'all. So until Monday, later, y'all. I'm gone.